the biggest talking point from this weekend didn't even happen on the weekend. Happened on a Monday night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, finishing 4-1. Oh God, my microphone just fell. I do apologise. It's finishing 4-1 to Chelsea. That crumbled. That microphone crumbled just like Tottenham did that night, didn't it? Yeah, I don't think the scoreline kind of represents sort of how the game went. I think there's a lot more talking points than a Nicholas Jackson hat-trick.
Yeah, 100%. Like it was, I'd done it. Honestly, I don't even know where to really start. I think first, 10, 15 minutes, Tottenham killed them. Could have been 2-0 up. Probably, if it stayed 11v11, I think they'd have won 4 or 5-0. I generally think Tottenham would have absolutely killed Chelsea because they were. Just stupidity changed the game, in my opinion. I think Adozie was lucky not to get a red card early on.
Yeah, straight away, isn't it?
I can understand why it wasn't given because he didn't technically make contact, but then should Sterling have to break his leg for it to be a red card? So I'm sort of, I don't know, I'm torn a bit on it, but it is very dangerous and very reckless. But just because he's not made contact, they've not given it.
Yeah, I think it's a very grey area, isn't it? Obviously, the challenge itself had potential to be a horrible challenge. But I think the fact that it didn't make contact, it is just a warning being like, sorry, mate, just don't do that again. I think a yellow card was the right decision at that time. I don't think it warranted a red card, in my opinion. Obviously, we've seen them given. But again, I will express my opinion and say that I wouldn't think they're red cards. They have won the ball. Yes, the way that gone into the challenge, and it could have led to a red card if they made contact. That's when it becomes serious foul play. At that point, he's just reckless. He's won the ball, but it could have well and truly taken Sterling's leg off.
Oh yeah, if Sterling didn't see him coming, that could have easily been an ankle break or worse, leg break. Like who knows? But I think that definitely changed. Like after that tackle, that first tackle, suddenly just Chelsea had something within them.
Didn't it?
It did, and it was very strange.
We had the Kulusevski goal. And from then, I think as soon as that went in, I think me and you would have both thought, it's plain sailing for Tottenham, isn't it? They thought they got the second through Son, but that was disallowed.
Great team goal.
Yeah, very good team goal.
Close.
Very close. Disallowed for offside. I think if that goes in, if Son holds his run by a millisecond, that's game over.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think any of the following
100%.
events of that game happened.
It was weird because then it went what we thought was 1-0 with the Sterling goal, which was disallowed for handball, rightfully so. He did control it with his hand.
That happened just before that, where Romero kicked out.
Was that?
Levi Cole. That was
the Caicedo goal.
Yeah, no, because he got a red card from the Caicedo goal, but he got a red card check.
Yes, of course.
Kick out at Levi Cole, but because it wasn't.
That was.
I don't know.
I was torn on that one.
Yeah, again, I think it's the fact that it's the level of consistency.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's very stupid to do, and he doesn't he kicks him, but it's not just like you've seen. But we have seen him given and that's the thing. You're looking at it going like, you just don't do stuff like that. Like he lost his head. Clearly lost his head,
isn't it? The fact is, once you see one decision like that given, the expectation is that every situation like that happens again, it has to be given. Do I think it's a red card? No, I think it's a yellow, But the fact is, my opinion doesn't matter if that's been given before and the consistency needs to be there to tackle those decisions.
I think, to be fair, I think if it was given red, I don't think people would go, that's not a red card. I don't think it'd be like, I don't think it's one of those decisions.
Yeah,
I think it's more
like Romero's just stupid. He shouldn't have done
that's it. It's pure stupid. Like the fact you've risked that with VAR is stupid. It just shows him. A lot of people spoke very highly of him this season, but he's still got that in him to just completely just lose his head.
Them freak moments, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it cost. You could argue it cost Tottenham the game.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, we go to the Caicedo goal. That was disallowed annoyingly because I thought it was a fantastic finish by Moises Caicedo. Really,
great.
I think that would have kickstarted his Chelsea career as well.
Yeah,
he would have really flourished from then on in. But if Pedro Porro doesn't step up there, that goal's given, and then I think Romero stays on because the only reason why they checked the VAR for Romero's red card is because that goal got disallowed, and then it's a penalty incident that needs to be checked. So
it was very, but then you could argue there was a dive before. It was very weird because
I don't know. I don't think the dive before because Mickey Van der Ven does swing a leg. No, he does swing a leg, so he's kind of trying to get out the way. But you are right.
Yeah,
But the fact is, because
It's
of
a
the
weird
severity
one.
of Romero's challenge,
Oh
it's a
yeah, and I
horrible
can see
challenge.
like
He
yes,
has
he's got
to,
the ball, but you shouldn't be following through on someone's shin. And
yeah,
it's similar to what you've looked at in previous weeks. I mean, Curtis Jones is the obvious one because it was in the same stadium and I obviously watched the game, and that was similar. He got the ball, but he did follow through. Like it happens, and when you catch him like that, it's going to be a red. And as we said, he was arguably lucky to still be on the pitch. So it's like
yeah.
doing that after
But the
just
fact is,
getting
I
cautioned.
believe he got a yellow card for that. Did he get a yellow card for that incident?
No,
Uh,
I don't think he did because they
he should
checked
have.
it for red. So
Yeah,
if they don't give a
yeah.
red, it's it. And
But
then he
can't he
got a
go
straight
back?
red, so he's
Can't he
gone
go
for three
back and give it?
games.
Because obviously the next stoppage in play was the VAR decision, so he could have played advantage and then gone back and given a yellow. Maybe I don't know.
I think they could have done, but yeah, it's so up in the air. You don't know. Like even when you're watching it, you're going, are they actually going to go back that far, or are they just going to give the goal,
Yeah,
forget about that?
you didn't know what was happening next in that game. It was a crazy
Exactly, but
game. I mean, we'll
yeah,
go through the sort of the talking points. There's so many events happening, and obviously from that penalty, Cole Palmer scored. Chelsea equalised, Tottenham down to 10. And you're thinking like, well, yeah, no, it's a mountain to climb for Tottenham. And I think at that point we're all thinking sort of if Chelsea hold on to a draw here, we'll snatch a late winner. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
I
job
think
well
everyone
done.
was looking at it going like Tottenham are still very much in the game, but like you'd expect just with the extra player for Chelsea to win.
Yeah.
And then what was it? It wasn't 2-1 at halftime. It was 1-0,
No,
wasn't it?
1-1, yeah. And then we
One
go
0
into the
yeah.
second half, and
I think
obviously Madison. So
within
Mickey
like
Van der Ven
5.
pulled up in that first half, didn't he, with a hamstring injury? That looks to be serious. Hopefully he
Yeah,
because he's been magnificent this season.
yeah.
And then Madison gets a knock. Three very key players gone. Romero, Madison, and Van der Ven. Just like that. And their back four changes from what was it, Højbjerg and from Van der Ven and Romero to Højbjerg and Dyer. And all of a sudden, it's like, what on earth has gone here?
And then you have Davis as well for next week because there'll be no Doji. Like it's suddenly drastically changed for next week. But
well, yeah, then we'll go on to
sticking
second
with
half.
this,
Destiny
yeah,
Doji
and
gets himself sent off. It's silly. It was silly
within like 5 minutes, and you could just see. I think it was about 5-10 minutes in, and you just think, what is he doing? Like
it's such a
on a
silly.
yellow.
He's completely forgot that he was even on a yellow. You can't make those challenges. I get what he's trying to do. He does think he can play the ball there. He does think, okay, I can get in there, play the ball. But that's such a silly decision to make to even go for it. Just stand him up. Just stand him up. Save. I mean, arguably, do I think that Doeke should have been taken off at half time? Yeah, he did seem to get a little hot-headed. I mean, Chelsea done that with Levi Colwill, and that worked really well. Obviously, Cucurella come on.
Yeah.
He had that really good chance in the second half as well, Cucurella. But yeah, I mean, I think Pochettino kind of managed his players better in that game, in the sense that
I think he had to because they had so much to lose.
There was Levi Colwill got very hot-headed in that first half, got himself put in the right, getting hooked at half time because he doesn't want to run that risk. Doege, who we saw got very hot-headed in that first half, was on a yellow, didn't get taken off, and within the first 10 minutes of the second half,
and you could just imagine at halftime, like Ange sort of being like, calm it down, like nothing stupid, like you're on a yellow, like just sort of stand them up, do the basics, nothing stupid. What does he do within 5-10 minutes? Completely out the window. And you saw his reaction. He's just there shaking his head, and he just like, it's let him. He let the team down as more than what Romero did. Romero messed up. I'm not denying that, but I think Adoji let the team down because they knew at that point they're down to 10.
He knew he had to keep his cool.
He knew what he like,
and he would have probably got a grilling at half time as well, saying keep your cool,
100%.
Don't lose your head. You're on a yellow, but I'm keeping you on.
Yeah.
What does he do within 10 minutes? He goes out the window.
It's stupid, and everyone's just looking at him going, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, down to 9 men. It's Emerson Royale comes on, I believe. And that back four is Emerson Royale, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and Eric Dyer, and then Pedro Porro. I think there was only
three
outfield
players.
That
started, finished, Son, Porro,
or went into the second half, sort of thing.
Yeah, it was just
crazy,
a mess, but
crazy.
I've fair play to Spurs. That I think
they gave it a good go though. After that, you're down to 9 men.
Yeah.
Chelsea never once looked comfortable till the 94th minute where they scored.
It was stupid because I'm watching it. I'm not a fan of either. If anything, I wanted Chelsea to win because it helps Liverpool out. But you're watching it going, stop forcing these stupid long balls. It's not, you're getting caught offside. like slow it down and just play
that
one
high
two.
line that Tottenham were playing was
Fair play to
something.
him.
I mean, fair play to you.
Like,
It takes some serious balls to play that sort of system.
It
When
was
down
going
to
to
9
get
men.
caught, but like it was only a matter of time till
But the
they
fact is,
went through on
Tottenham
the
was still
side.
going for the game. Obviously, after Jackson scored, within 5 minutes, obviously it's 2-1 Chelsea.
Eric Dyer scored, then it was disallowed.
I do you know what? I felt so bad for Eric Dyer. It was such a good finish.
Yeah, because also after everything he'd been through with the club, obviously being like sort of thrown away, and now he's going to be thrown in that team for at least
that
3
goal
games.
Would have, I reckon that goal after that they'd have sat back and they would have taken the draw, 100%.
And Spurs were happy with it was, I don't know, they were probably happy with the draw, but I think they played into, they knew Chelsea's weaknesses. They knew Chelsea didn't have that creative player to thread the ball through, and it was so like it was weird because I was there watching it, saying constantly like, just give the ball to Cole Palmer, give the ball to Sterling, because those two were the most mature players for Chelsea, which is weird. Because they knew how to play through the lines. Yeah. You had Enzo, you had Mudryk just doing stupid passes and runs. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Jackson was all over the place. Like, it's probably the worst hat trick I've ever seen.
For a striker to score a hat trick, I think that's the worst striking performance I've seen in a very long time.
Like, he missed some. Like, it was like fair play to him. Like, as I said, I don't hate. Like, he seems like somebody does try a lot. You got to be there to
score him, but I'm not convinced in him. But maybe that might kickstart his Chelsea career, and he might.
You'd have to hope so.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's weird. Like they were saying a lot on Monday Night Football that Ange will take more from the game than Poch, and I think that's 100% true. I think Ange, they showed that they can fight and then they can compete. Don't get me wrong, losing the players they have with a tough set of fixtures they have ahead, it could be, I don't want to say like the end of the title race, but it could very quickly become, City can go and win 4 or 5 in a row, and then that gap's now 12 points. And next thing you know, that's the league done. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can happen.
Yeah.
Like they've got Wolves this weekend, Spurs away. They could easily, but if they lose that already gets the gap. And then the next thing you know, it just adds and adds.
The only thing that I will add is that all the Spurs players seem to really buy into Ange Postecoglou's philosophy and really buy into the manager. We haven't seen that at Tottenham since Pochettino. And I feel like due to that, I think we're going to see the players who haven't stepped up in recent years step up, like Eric Dyer. And I think we are going to see maybe a reformed Eric Dyer, because I don't think he was overly awful. I don't think any Spurs player that
he was a bit of a scapegoat at times, I think.
I mean, he always is going to be a scapegoat, isn't he? But I don't think he was.
Yeah.
I thought Højbjerg was really good.
Yeah, he played really well after coming on.
Yeah.
I think with them it'll be more. I don't doubt the players will step up. I think the quality.
They've got a point to prove now. We'll
the
see
levels, as in
Definitely.
like Romero's up here, Van der Ven's up here, and then Eric Dyer's like peak is just still not either of them. So my worry is that he'll play to his best, but his best still won't be as good as the others,
and that'll
just be a weakness. And that was such a good core for them, like that little trio you had at centre back and the goalkeeper. Vicario was exceptional. He didn't deserve to be conceded for. He played really well, but there's only so much you can do when you got 2 or 3 lads bearing down on goal every 5 minutes. Like it was only a matter of time before 4-1 flatters them, but eventually they got there. And
but like you say, I think Tottenham will take a lot more out of the game than Chelsea will.
Yeah,
we'll move on from there. Kickstart for Chelsea. Kicking the teeth for Tottenham. We'll see how both teams go on from here.